up, brother? We got a nice, well, I use the word nice very loosely. We have a very, there we go. Y'all can see what we're dealing with today. Yeah, you can see what we're putting up with today. Thankfully, it's a single layer board. I don't have to worry about it getting in the layers. I clean it up. But that's what we're doing right now. Got to use the big guns. And you can even see, like, it's kind of crusty. I'm actually going to clean up that. I've had these boards be so bad that literally the caps, the solder so deteriorated it just right off. Yeah, you can see. It's lovely. Alright, so that's all of the caps in that section. Overall, the board is pretty good. It's pretty contained. I'll be able to clean that up. I don't need to, like, ultrasonic this or anything. I have had to do that with boards, but I can tell based on how far the electrolyte is moved. I've already prepped the logic board. I like to do that kind of stuff, just a little bit of privacy, so I don't have to worry about it. When you're dealing with that stuff, heat and that, I don't really like to, try to be entertaining. So, while technically a lot, this is, a lot of people will say, like, you don't need to replace all the caps. And that is very true. You really, really don't. In fact, you really only need to replace this section and then, like, one down here. However, it's already here. The caps don't actually cost me all that much. So why not, right? Like, it's what I'm being paid for. This one looked like it was pretty nasty just on the surface. Yeah, it's not as bad as I thought, but it's something about just stripping down an entire analog board is very therapeutic. And the cat fell on the floor. I'm actually almost done stripping this down, and then I'll start cleaning off the board, and then we'll go ahead and recap it. That way, when the logic board is clean, because that did need ultrasonicking, I can just basically finish that, because it's a classic, so it'll take me like 5 minutes to do it. Now, if this was a color classic, I would be hating myself, because I can't just do this where I'll remove every cap off of this. You really can't do that on a color classic, because, well, you can. When I say can't, I mean you shouldn't, because a lot of the caps just aren't, like, they're kind of everywhere. See, I don't think it was that one. I think it's this one. Yeah. Okay. And we got one more, which is actually glued in. It's weird. I don't know why they did that. I'm sure there's some reason. And I don't want to damage the cap that it's attached to. Mainly because I don't have that cap because it's a ceramic. So this is where a little bit of heat can, if I knew where my X-Acto blade went, I would just cut off, although I need to buy a new blade. So it's not really the sharpest. So the trick is kind of stay back from, that way you don't burn anything, but you can still melt the glue. And again, there we go. You just need enough to free the component. I barely even melted the glue. It was just enough that the component could come loose. Now this component is left to right. And this one. And got it out. Okay. I always have trouble figuring out where that one is. I don't know why. There we go. So the board is completely removed except for these two. And I do replace the bulk filter caps. There we go. Okay, now it's stripped of every electrolytic. Time to clean, and I'm just going to use some of these old cotton buds I used earlier today, which have dried out a little bit, but I don't want to use good ones for cleaning up this crap. I'll then take my toothbrush, go on the backside with some alcohol, try to clean out the holes. And I'll probably take my toothbrush on this side, just clean up everything. Clean up this diode, the big old diode. But again, if this was worse, I might ultrasonic it, probably remove this, which is the transformer. Ideally, you should probably remove the flyback too, if you're going to do that. Is it going to hurt anything? No, it is hermetically sealed, but no seal is perfect. Alright, so that at least cleans up the majority of the board, and we can take some paper towel and use our fingers to kind of scrub at it. There we go. Okay. Now, take our toothbrush. And be careful of the speaker, but definitely want to clean off the metal over here. Trick is I just don't drench the toothbrush. It's just enough to wet and clean up. Now, for the back, that's a different story. You still got to be careful of the speaker, But let's also take a look at. Okay. So I always take a look at major solder joints on these, just like I would with a SE. Though these do not suffer from the overall overheating, not overheating, but SEs tend to need. Oh, sorry. I will. I'll call her back in a bit. I want to finish. Now, this unfortunately does have a conformal coating on it, so I am kind of removing that as I clean it. but that's fine. It's really not all that necessary. It's more important that we clean up any potential electrolyte. And then take our paper towel. The back was pretty clean overall. I just wanted to try and clean the holes out. And then you can see definitely the holes need you get like a little bottle brush almost, you know. That would probably and again, you know, if you send something to me, I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure it's clean, not just working. You know, like so many places will just be like, "Oh, we recap." That's great, but like, you know, there are other things you have to do when you work on these. You can't just, you know, go and be like, "Oh, you know, I'm gonna replace the capacitors." Because if you just replaced it and you didn't clean this, it, you know, it'll wick up into the capacitor, and I've seen it. I really wish I had like a bottle brush. That's something I should look into, but so I want to really get in there. So one thing I have done is taken like a really cheap capacitor. You could twist the legs and you could kind of like twist it in there. But really, the best solution is just take your toothbrush, grab a few bristles, and then just, you know, poke it into the hole. So, like, got a little bit there, and I could just come in here. I mean, it's not perfect, you know. I do have this brush, which might work better, so I'm going to try that. Actually, yeah, that works pretty good. And I can see that that's getting pretty filthy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot in there. So remind me, what was wrong with those anyway? Okay, these holes are pretty good. Okay. Okay, now time to start recapping this. Need to look up the cap list because not even I, even after doing this many, remember one to one what's there. This is the 0395. Okay. So, let's start with CP2. It's a 1000 at 35. A very high value. One I don't actually keep a lot of in stock, but I do have. I always like to double. I always forget that these are definitely low ESR, right? United Chemicon GPA. For automotive, I can tell you, I can see that. Let's take a look at the data sheet here. Yep, low impedance. Okay. Not used to the... I don't use these very often, so they look kind of weird to me. Yeah, I mean, keep in mind, well, those aren't exactly common in documentation. I'm not sure how well those things are documented. I mean, we could definitely at least, take a glance at it. Actually, you know what? Instead of using that brush, which I don't want to have to replace, this one's not really all that stiff. Forgive, this is more of just a simple brush. Well, we should be good. All right, I need 1,000 at 10. How many of those do I need? I need at least one, and that's CP7. In the wrong section. Okay, then we need CP36, CP8. And of course, for some reason, these are not in any particular order like the other spreadsheet I have, which is kind of odd. There we go. CP36, 2200 at 10. I actually think I should buy a few more of those. CP36, CP8, 2200 at 60. It's amazing how big the 10s are compared to my 16s. The 16s are like FS series, so they're dwarf compared to the others. Anyway, CP12 is a 1000 at 16. That was CP12. And then CP6 is 2200 at 10. Okay, yep, that's clean. Yeah, I mean, that's easy to check with a meter. Probably buy more of these. Given I use 2 for every classic I do. I'm just trying to get it so that the cap doesn't move. There we go. And that way I can just reflow the other the hole I didn't add a little bit of solder to, and it'll be good. And obviously I have to solder the other side, but there's many ways to tack a. And I let the iron sit there for a second because you got to realize these leads are kind of large. So I will let it sit there for a second and just let that solder flow properly. Although these aren't plated vias, so realistically there's not a ton of reason to do that for solder to flow. It's more just so it attaches to the lead properly. There we go. And I could solder those, but they're already, the legs are bent. I don't have to worry about them going anywhere. All right. So now, oh, I should have cleaned over there too. Forgot about you. Okay. Next, so CP9 and 10, I believe, even on this one or both? No, actually, oh yes, they're 470 at, okay. I was going to say, like, that didn't make sense. Yeah. 470 at 25. Is it on that side? I'm pretty sure it's on this side. Should have my wife organize this. But that would involve, like, redoing everything. And I just don't have the patience for that. 470 at 25. Why do I not know where that is? Is it actually... Yeah, it should be. It might be out and about, possibly, but I don't think so. Pretty sure I put that away with, there's 470 at 16. This is the problem when you have, like, literally probably 100 different values of capacitors. Like, and you get, oh, there it is. And you've gotten them over time. They all end up Lord knows where. Because I have capacitors I've only bought for like one board and never used again, but I own enough of them to justify a drawer. CF4. Like I have bipolar caps that are only used for doing TRS-80s. You know, it's a chore. Chore. There we go. I can speak. Okay, let's see. CP4. That's a 1 UF, I think. No, that's a 47 at 25. The other one's a 1 UF then. CP5. Yeah, okay, that's the 1 UF. Now, I know there's a bunch of those on this board, so I'm just going to start. I'm going to try to get those out of the way. Believe it or not, we're already almost done. You know, ooh, did I just see the OSS? I just got a notification for a video test. It looks like testing the OSSC Pro. I didn't even know that was that far into the pipeline. Okay. CL3 is a 1 UF. I think CL1 is 2. No. CL1's a 10F50. CL3. Where's CL3 at? I mean CP3. Actually, alright, let's see. I'll just fill in the other ones. And then whatever's left. CL2. I gotta redo this spreadsheet. I don't do these boards all that often, so 4.7. That's 450. It's a little overkill. 4.7 to 400, and it's still overkill for 250, unless I have 250 somewhere. Whatever. Okay. Oh, there's CL3. It's right in front of my face. And then CP34, that was the one up there. I did that already. CP5, I did that one already. And CP37, I believe. Yes, P37, because the other one's a 10. Okay, let's see. What was CP11? I know it's a low ESR. 220 at... Now, did they use a 50 or a 25? Let's look, because it could be either. And I believe that's the only 220. Yeah, that's got to be it. Don't want to use a bigger cap than I need to. Yeah. Okay, so I can. It's a 220 at 20. Actually, I just had one there. That's 35. Close enough. It's right in my hand. It's going in. I know I actually I do have 220 at 25. Right. No, or those. Yeah, I'll just grab one of those since it's right there. We are almost done. I have probably 5 caps left to place on the board, and I've done all the low ESRs. So at that point, it's just general purpose left. There we go. Okay. So CL1 also is a 10 at 50. Do I have a drawer for 10 at 50? Yes, I do. It's over here, I think. 10 at... I know I have one. Oh, better check on you guys. Yeah. Well, again, a lot of times when I buy parts, I will just buy a bigger version if I can get away with it. There it is, 10 at 50. So I will buy a cat. If I need, say, a 1000 at 16, but I can get a 1000 at, now that was CL1. Yeah, if I can get away, if I can buy for cheaper, a 25, that's what I'm going to buy, because as long, most things, I have enough room on these boards, I can get away with a, higher value without really, a 10 at 25 CP3. So that's kind of why I have a lot, because some of it's old, but also at the same time, if I want to use a bigger one, I don't like to if I have the appropriate size in stock. It I didn't say it made sense. CF3. 1016 general purpose. CP31, another general purpose. 1000 at 6.3. Those are over here, I think. I have a whole drawer of them. I know that. There they are. They're the only time I use these. Is on these. Really, these are not super common. Probably why I only own like 20 of them. Because I usually, at that point, just use a 1000 at 10. However, I actually don't know if I... yeah, okay, I own a 1000 at 10 in like a huge quantity. So it's almost like not even worth having 1000 at 6.3. You know? Because literally I have an entire drawer full. CF2, I think that might be the last cap. Actually, there's 2 caps left. CF1 and CF2. So CF1... is a 47 at 25. And what about CF2? If I had to guess, it's like a 470. So I don't know why I just don't have these in order. There we go. 220 at 16. Which I have right over. Yeah. Alright, then with that, that is the last capacitor. Now, usually we'll put this up to the light and make sure I didn't miss any, but it's easy to do. They hide. Alright, now while I'm at it, I'm going to double check polarity. Positive, right? Yep, positive, 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 positive. Always double check your work. Am I saying that I did put one on backwards? No. I'm saying it's happened. And, you know, caught it with review. There we go. Okay, so that is all of them. Now we actually can solder them. The ultrasonic's probably warmed up. So that means I can wash the 2 boards. And what I'll probably do is dry the area that I need to work in. And then I can, oh, my wife's home. So my thought is I will ultrasonic the 2 boards, dry the areas, and then I can once I can actually put the caps on, and then I can let them dry, and then I can just ship them out later this evening after I do a quick test. Very efficient use of time. That's a good question. So, yep, 1035. Oh, the price should ship back over in case. I'm amazed anybody would ever want to watch someone do this. I mean, to be honest, this is boring even from my point of view. I need to get through this stuff though, so that I can get back to fixing the things that are not working. So the faster I can get something like this out, the faster I can get back to things like that not working. Amiga 4000. Hey, Andrew, do you have access to a DDH by any chance? Because mine is not working, and I have a theory as to why it's not working, but I don't have a spare one. Wait, did a cap fall out, or did I just miss that? See? Even CP35. Which one is that? How did I miss that? So 1UF. Did it fall out? Huh. Weird. Maybe. Or maybe I just didn't. Because I know I would have saw that hole. Like, that's kind of obvious where, when the light's shining through it. Anyway. Whatever. One thing I'm learning. Yeah. I'm so disappointed because mine doesn't work. It worked for 5 seconds. I have video proof. And then now it won't. Now it'll load as if it's trying to do something and just never actually do it. I'm very saddened. My katana also doesn't work, although that I don't think ever worked. That I think that's either like a blown fuse or something like that, and I just haven't the patience to take it apart. Okay, that is everybody. Now to go back over and lift all the legs so it's very easy to chop them. Oh, in fact, somehow. I'm just surprised you guys don't have one in your collection. Time to now cover my desk in little metal needles. Favorite part of the day. My katana will boot into the Dreamcast side of things and probably would play games, but it does not like it doesn't show up in the development suites and stuff. Like the SCSI bus doesn't see it at all. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You know, because they don't need to be blackballed. My PlayStation dev stuff that worked flawlessly. Uh, Honestly, I was kind of disheartened because I didn't really get all that much publicity on it. Like I expected to have a bigger like people being interested than I did. So I would never do that again unless it was like an event targeted at that. And I understand the different you know market, but yeah, I was just surprised. Dude, 3DO, that's awesome. That's the what M2 or whatever. Okay. All right. Guess I might as well go ahead and throw the back on before I forget. And then have to locate, or lose the stupid little retainers. Yeah, I've heard that somebody told me that those blue connectors, you have to be extremely careful. Mine are really, I actually, towards the end. Oh, huh, interesting. Towards the end, like to entertain myself, I started using like I think it was like OG Xbox Dev or something like that, a website for doing like learning how to develop on the Xbox. And I started making like a triangle like dance around and stuff like that by just kind of figuring out how DirectX works. Still have no clue what I was actually writing to a degree, even though I am somewhat a software developer. Just no idea what I was actually. Yay! Set that aside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quickly wash these boards. I want to recap, mainly because I'd love to get them out today. Uh, yeah, ultrasonic is definitely warm. Here they are. And then, oh, I guess I could recap this guy too. Although I gotta fix the SE30 that goes with this, so I'm not in a huge hurry to do that right this minute. And then eventually I need to start looking at these 4000s, which I was really hoping the ultrasonic would have done a better job, but the good thing is we do have an idea of where we need to look. So that's at least a positive. Not gonna lie, it's a little bit of a train wreck. I'm not going to work on these, but I wanted to start, I wanted to just kind of look at them. Alright, I'm going to just set these guys down here. Yeah. Alright. Alright, let's wash these two boards. You know, if you want me to ever come and take a look at that kind of stuff, although, what do you mean by an Amiga development kit? I don't understand that, because like, how's that work? Well, while I wait for those two things to wash, you can take a look at these boards. So, this board has been washed. I gotta get all these freaking capacitors off my desk when I get a moment. Although I need to also empty out my garbage, which is now full of capacitors. I'm not even exaggerating. It's an entire trash bin of capacitors. Alright. Yeah. So... Okay, interesting. So that means it's an Amiga 1000, because that was the first Amiga released. I really don't want to remove the budgie, the buster here. Yeah, like I said, more than likely a 1000, because that was the first Amiga they released. The 500 was next. I would love to get this thing doing something. Thankfully, the damage areas are kind of obvious. Alright, so just looking at this, we can already make out this is broken, this is questionable. I'm not, maybe. Is that a trace right there? I gotta take this chip off ultimately, but that's broken. That I'm pretty sure is broken. Yeah, I want to see what's under this, if anything. That's questionable. I mean, that could be all that's majorly wrong. Because if I look up here, I don't really see anything terrible. I really do not want to have to remove this. That would be the last thing I would want to do. If I'm doing that, then, well. Alright, we're going to want to remove this jumper. Clean that up, although I doubt there's too much there, but Yeah, I mean, this isn't as bad as it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this real quick while I'm waiting for the, oh crap, I don't know where my, how to use my the newer other pair of tweezers I pulled out. I'm actually gonna turn up this, so... There we go. Okay. There's nothing wrong there, right? That's not... That's how that's supposed to look, right? Yeah. That's how that's supposed to look. Actually, it's not really all that bad. Like, we'll coat that in something, and that'll probably be all right. I mean, that doesn't look all that bad. Yeah, it doesn't look all that bad. We'll make sure all those are good. We'll tin those. I'm gonna need to really go over this with my fiberglass pen here. All right, where are we at? So this area, I'm a little concerned. All right, cool. Anybody actually here besides Andrew? Because I'm curious. I could go and look. I'm just okay. I'm curious about this, and then I'm gonna actually probably. This is one of those boards I want to start piece by piece. I don't want to just dive in and be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do all this. Like, I want to get an idea of what's wrong. Okay. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, that's definitely bad. Seriously? Yeah. Almost every trace over here is going to need to be rebuilt. Not a problem, not something I haven't dealt with before. But, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. That's clearly broken. That's broken. That's not surprisingly broken. That's broken. That's broken. That's broken. That's broken. Broken right there. And then broken somewhere else. Yo, boy. Yeah. Interesting, to say the least. I'm going to turn this guy on so that I can... I'm going to go ahead and re-tin this area. Let's see, we'll see what we can do here. Again, this is more just exploratory at the moment. Because none of this is bad, but it's like... it's bad enough. Actually, if I use my braid, which again I probably misplaced. What? What? I mean, not at the immediate moment, no. I mean, we can make plans, I guess, if you want. I mean, like, our plans would not be anything too involved. Like, because we got to be home tonight, so that, because I got to get some stuff out. I imagine. Again, like, we could probably just, like, leave. I mean, I only planned on being live for a little while. I did what I was planning to do, and I was just kind of right now killing time. Give me, like, I want to just clean these pads up, and then like a minute. Like a minute. And then I gotta just drain these boards. Which, let me do that while I do the other thing. I gotta just start drying these. I've been up since 6:45, and I have the only thing I've eaten is the in-flight pretzels. What? Oh god. Only the in-flight pretzels. Man, that's yeah, and then I had completely changed what I was wearing today, even though it was all clean. Because the lady next to me fell asleep with a cup in her hand and dumped it all over my clothes. Ew. Gotta love people. So, all of her apple juice ended up on my ankles. Oh, poor apple juice. I know, I said the same thing. I'm like, oh. Should have wrung your shirt out. You could have just drank it. Alright. I'm letting those drain, and then I can dry them. And then I'm just going to quickly clean these pads off with my desoldering gun. We lost... Oh, there's one pad gone. So that'll need... Which I'm not, I guess, terribly surprised it ripped off. Because... It wouldn't surprise me if this, being as bad damaged as it is 99% of why this board doesn't work. So I've gone ahead, cleaned that off, because we're going to have to rebuild that area. I don't want any solder on the pads. I need to tell let Tech Knight know. He called removing that chip, which I would have anyway, like, to be clear. Like, I could see that it was Kevin, when you're watching this, what happened? Well, another pad just literally disintegrated off of the board. Alright, wow. Alright. So if we go back now, let's real quick before the wife killed me. But you can see, like, and that's not from heat, that's just they're damaged. Like, we lost two, that's fine. What we'll do is we'll connect the wire that way and it'll reestablish that. Easy. With this level, there was like severe battery bombing on this, so I'm not too surprised. Alright, so we've kind of we've tinned a few things, but we can make out real quick that, you know, all of these are probably just bad. And the problem we might run into, though that's not a big deal, we can just bend the pins in, like, in an outward shape, is the pins are like the wires I'm going to need to use to fix this are going to stick up on to make the chip stick up a bit. Like, yeah, that's bad. It's broken right there. That's bad. Broken right there. 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 So we're just going to be running strips of a wire there, you know, and because there's nothing there. That trace is gone. Surprisingly, that's good. Surprisingly, that's good. That's gone. That's gone. The pad's gone to begin with, but you can see it's probably broken anyway. That's gone. That's gone. I gotta talk to the owner. You know, I don't know what he's looking to spend to do this. And this is definitely, I mean, it'd be a fun little project. You know, I'm just wondering how deep this problem is gonna go. So I'm gonna take a quick photo for him and I'm gonna shoot it over to him. And alright, sorry, was reading something. Yeah, so I'm done. I'm gonna talk to the owner about this. I'm gonna throw his ROMs back in, just kind of blindly, because I don't care right now. And we'll figure out if we're gonna keep working on this, or if he just wants me to finish his other board and send this back with it. I would understand either way, because this is a little bit of an involved board. Not that I don't think we could, but I don't know if he wants to spend the money to do that. So, we'll find out. I'll let you know. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm heading out for the day.